So I can't emphasize enough that you should not start investing until you have a certain level of cash reserve set aside. And that's the cash bucket strategy I'm going to go over in this video. Cash is like your mattress, not stuffing your cash in your mattress, but that cushion between you and the floor so that all of your money doesn't get tied up in your taxable investments and retirement or real estate. So before you start maximizing your investment contributions, you need to have your cash set aside to diversify your total assets. And this is how I diversify my cash reserve on my way to $100,000. In my checking account, I always keep at least 1 month of expenses carried over month. So if 1 month of my expenses is $3,000, then I'm keeping $3,000 in my checking account. And keeping that $3,000 balance would prevent you from getting hit with overdraft fees. You don't have to do $3,000, but you can do something like $1,000 or $1,500. It depends entirely on how much it costs to pay your rent, mortgage, or other large payments so that you don't go under on your checking account. And remember that your primary checking account is used for expenses, not for savings. So saving any more than that will be lost to inflation, right? And the next bucket is your rainy day fund / emergency fund. And I designate this cash bucket as anything that is necessary and unexpected. When you're initially paying off your high interest debt, this bucket is your rainy day fund to keep at least your minimum deductibles in this account. So if it costs you $500 to pay for your car insurance deductible in case of a car accident, $500 to pay for your medical deductible for a medical emergency, and let's say another $1,000 to pay for your homeowner's insurance deductible for damage to your property, then you should have at least $2,000 set aside. It entirely depends on your total insurance deductibles that you have. After you pay off your high interest debt, then you turn this rainy day fund into a fully funded emergency fund that will cover 3 to 6 months of your bare minimum expenses in case of unemployment. Again, this account should only be used for something necessary but unexpected. The Taylor Swift concert is not necessary or unexpected, right? And this bucket is another crucial savings account to have, and it's called the annual spending account, or I sometimes call it the annual expenses account. This is probably the most overlooked account when it comes to budgeting. And this is for anything necessary and expected. How much does it cost to do your vehicle maintenance every year or every 2 years? Do you have any credit card annual fees? Amazon Prime right now, annual membership is like $140 or $150 at the time I'm recording this video, right? So putting away $140 in your annual expenses account could help you avoid going under in your monthly budget. By the way, I am so fired up to announce the launch of my private FIRE community for people just like you and me who are passionate about investing, saving, and achieving financial independence and exploring different possibilities to retire early. My private community will allow you to connect with me on the platform and get in touch with other like-minded individuals or couples who are just as serious as you are with the FIRE movement. As a member of my private community, you'll get resources like investing, saving, paying off debt, or finding the right place to grow your money. For a very limited time, please enjoy the free trial by clicking the link in the description below. And the next bucket you should have is a discretionary fund. And this is used for anything unnecessary but expected, and what's considered unnecessary, and that would be the Taylor Swift concert. And sorry, Swifties, but you know I'm right? So sometimes, or something discretionary would be like birthday presents, birthday parties, concerts, sporting events, anniversary celebrations, and Christmas presents. And most of these events I mentioned just now could cost you at least $100 more for a single event. How much do you think you'll spend on a hockey game? How much do you spend on your kid's birthday party? And how much do you think you'll spend on your Christmas shopping? And those are the things you're gonna have to think about when it comes to the discretionary fund. And what you don't wanna do is end up carrying a credit card debt for doing something fun, right? And the next savings account is probably my favorite one, and that is the travel fund. This is obviously for something that is not necessary, but more on the discretionary side. The reason why I separate this from the discretionary fund is because I tend to purchase plane tickets at least 3 to 6 months in advance. And there's more planning that goes into it when it comes to traveling. And some people combine their discretionary and travel funds into one fund. And that's totally fine if you can properly plan for your travel. And the last savings bucket will be more for something you're going to purchase for just one time. And this is called a major sinking fund. And you could be saving for a vehicle, home improvement, like upgrading your kitchen, or a down payment on your first home. My rule of thumb is if it's something I'm going to purchase within the next 36 months or 3 years, then I'm going to keep it in cash in a high yield savings account or CDs. If it's something I'm going to purchase in 3 years or more, then I'm going to move that to a separate taxable brokerage account and invest in an index fund or something like that. You need to assess your risk versus reward before you decide to put it in a high yield savings account or a taxable brokerage account. Okay.